Hi, blessed souls. Welcome to the third episode. Today, we are going to discuss about very subtle aspects of the brain function, emotions, and feelings. So, from the last episode, we concluded with the brain storage, the information storage. From now, we are going to call this storage as memories. Now we are going to see how brain store these memories, how what is happening there. Okay, so we will start with how we interact with outside world. Our body interacts with the outside world through five senses, the five sense organs. Which are the five sense organs? Our ears, our eyes, taste, touch, and smell. Most of the time, when we are awake, the eyes, ears, and the smell will be working. The three senses always will be working. And sometimes the taste will be added to this three, and you know when it is when we eat the food and we touch the food and eat the food. When the five senses are involved, it's an amazing experience. So when we see something, you know the science behind it. The image is coming to the retina and it's been gone to the brain through the nerve, and brain identifies, okay, this is the object, this is what. Okay, so this is how one sense is responded. But always the combination of senses and combination of perceptions are involved at a time. So how brain conceive this? Okay, how brain reacts to this, what happens in the brain? Okay, so when the combination of senses goes to the brain, then brain analyze with this combination, compare. First the brain compare this received combination of information or combination of data, okay, the senses, through the sense we received, with the existing memory. Okay, then brain will analyze. First it compares and bring this most similar experience or the memory. Okay, and then it analyze, okay, what kind of threat is involved, is any danger is involved. Okay, then after complete analysis, it come to a conclusion, okay, this is okay, this is safe, this is um, it's a romantic experience, it's a romance, it's a feeling of love, feeling loved. Okay, fine, you don't need to run away, you can stay there. It is based on the information stored. Okay, mostly the comparison is with the fresh experiences after you were born. Okay, so what how brain reacts immediately with the combination of this sense perception is called emotion. Okay, so that is emotion. So brain compare and analyze and conclude that, oh, this is this. Okay, so it depends on, situations. So we go through different types of situations, so each situation will never be the same. Okay, so the which situation you are in, it makes a memory, and brain analyzes the similarity of the combination of senses you received, and it decides whether it is favorable or it is a dangerous situation. So we have different emotions, right? We have different emotions. We feel happy, joyful, we feel anxious, we feel threatened, we feel scared, fear emotion. And scared is the feeling, reaction. Okay, so this is what is emotion, and what now you know what is the importance, significance of these emotions. Okay, and now we will go to the feelings. What is feeling? Okay, once brain conclude, okay, this is what is happening here, and corresponding emotion is came. Okay, how to react? This is a fearful situation. No, we don't need to fear. This is a perfectly safe situation. Oh, you feel loved, or you feel joyful, or you feel grateful. Okay, so based on this conclusion, what you feel, what is the emotion, based on this brain reaction, the corresponding hormones will be released. Okay, if you feel happy and joyful and feeling loud, the feeling good hormones will be released. Also the same when you feel grateful, so feeling good hormones will be released. And when it is a fearful situation, you are threatened, and it's not a safe situation, so then fight or flight hormones will be released. So then that will say, you will experience the fear, and the body will react with this release of this kind of hormones, and you will run immediately. You know that something, someone is coming to attack you. It's a instant reaction. You will run from the situation, from that dangerous even whatever is happening around you, you will run from that place. So this is what is emotion and the feeling. Okay, so how this is memory is stored in the brain. Okay, we will just look into that, how memory is stored in the brain. So based on what is your experience as emotion and the feeling, you know it's like, how to do x-ray, right? X-ray, so they send x-rays through a body, and it makes the picture in the film, x-ray film, right? And that is what is our body, like the bones at that moment, right? So the same way, each perception, each combination of perception and the emotion, what emotion is produced, formed, then brain capture that, and current and what is the reaction, what kind of feeling is produced, like came out of this reaction, brain decision. Okay, so it's a pathway. Okay, so senses from the sense organs, we receive the signals, It goes to the brain, and this emotion is produced, and the brain gives the signals to the body, and these kind of hormones are released. It's a pathway. Okay, so this is how the impression, this impression based on this specific situation, the impression is formed, and this impression is stored as a memory. Okay, so our memory is very old, so old. Billion years ago, when we started as a single cell organism. So the moment life began on earth, right? So from there, that's the age of our memory. So that from that moment, the memory is stored in the brain. We have all that memory in our brain. Okay, so now we are clear about the brain, what is stored in the brain, what kind of information is stored in the brain, and this, now we are calling it as memory, and how this memory is stored in the brain, how it is, how it makes, each situation makes an impression in the brain, right? So I think it's very clear now. Okay, I don't want to make it complicated. So now we covered the storage, the memory, and how the emotions and feelings works, and how the memory is stored in the brain. Okay, so with this, I would like to conclude this episode. From here, we will go and define the mind and the thought process. Okay, hope you enjoy this session. Stay safe, stay happy. Thank you for watching. See you again next week.